I am so blessed to have a total of 6 people other than myself evaluate your reason for wanting a team. This is where I've made my memories. We are here because we have empathy, but we also offer professional advice along the way. I'm Carol Knott-Teff with Remax Integrity, and I have been a realtor in Montgomery County since 1999. I started out as a mathematics teacher and absolutely loved it. Knew I was called to be in the classroom from the 7th grade, and I knew it was mathematics all the way. And all of a sudden one day, I had a change in plans, and I knew that it would either work or it wouldn't. And I've been blessed in so many ways. First of all, by the most wonderful family in the world to support me. And secondly, by the clients who've called on me to help them with their buying and selling needs. Over the course of the years, I have gone from an individual agent to a team lead agent. And I am so blessed to have a total of 6 people other than myself who are on the team, and we are not back up to each other. We are equal to each other. I would say to real estate agents who are struggling and trying to decide if they want to go the team route, evaluate your reason for wanting a team. Some people do it because they see it as a way to have the higher production. Some do it as a way to be the big name in the community. Some do it for more money. For me, it wasn't about that. I am getting older, as we all are, and I really wanted to have time with my wonderful grandkids and my pretty special kids themselves. And I travel frequently, and having a team for me means that I have trusted professionals, boots on the ground, who can answer any question as if it were me saying it. They are people that I know and trust. On my team, I have Karen, who has been in business absolutely as long as I have, which is 27 years. We actually started at Gary Green Realtors in the Woodlands together, and Anthony Garcia, 28 years in the business. He was at Gary Green when we came together, and we kind of joke that we're the threesome of 50-50-50, but that's a whole nother story for a joke someday. And then I have also licensed on my team Mahdi Safa, who is a civil engineer, very detail oriented, and Courtney Ochoa, who started out as my unlicensed assistant and did all the behind the scenes stuff and learned the business and got into it. She works primarily with buyers and investors. And then Jenn Espinosa, who is just so much fun. She has many skills, one of which is a great bartender, and, that's how I met her. I was having a cocktail with my wonderful husband, and she said, "I'm getting my real estate license," and 2 years later, she's on the team, and so it's a great team. Everybody is very professional, knows what they're doing, and we are here to help you. What do I love the most about real estate? I love when people say, "This is where I've made my memories." I'm sad to leave. Just this morning, I put a new listing on the market, and I immediately had a text that said, "This is so bittersweet. I have so many great memories in this house, and yet I want to move to be closer to my grandchildren." Whatever motivates you to sell your house, I'll understand it. You don't have to explain it. Believe me, everybody has their own reasons. And whatever motivates you to buy a house, we will understand that too. Because it may be that you need to buy because you want to build equity. It may be because you finally have saved up your down payment and you're ready. Who knows what it is? But we are here because we have empathy, but we also offer professional advice along the way. So if you're in the mood for buying or selling or even renting, the hometown team will be happy to help you. And any of us are good at what we do. Keep in mind that there was a little bit more autonomy in the classroom back when I started teaching years and years ago than there is now. And I would actually begin teaching when I met my new students. And of course, that was 5 classes a day, and you trying to learn 100 to 150 names each day, so the first day so that you could know who they were the next day. But I would always start the year by telling them a little bit about myself and my kids and where I'd lived before or whatever, and I would always say, "God called me to be a teacher," and there's no doubt about that. As I said, 7th grade, I had this wonderful teacher, Merle Manning Mead. He was an amazing teacher who challenged me mathematically and in other ways too, and I decided, "I'm gonna do this. I'm going to be a teacher." And I know that God put that on my heart. And I would always tell the kids that. And, they just kind of listen and you don't think they're really listening, but whatever. So the last year that I taught, which was the year that my younger son graduated from high school, in April of that year, I stood up in front of my class and there was a kid in the class who was failing. And he would sit in the back and not pay any attention, never do any work, and often fell asleep. And I'd go rouse him up. "You gotta pass this class, you're not gonna graduate," that kinda thing. And so this morning, I got up and I said, "Hey, I just want you to know I've made a decision. This is my last year to teach. I'm going to be selling real estate. I've loved what I've done, but it's time to move on." And he sat bolt upright, looked me straight in the eye, and he said, "I thought God called you to be a teacher." And I said, "Yep, he did. And I think now he's calling me to something else. And if I'm successful, he's in it. If he's not in it, I won't be successful." He looked at me again and he said, "That's a good answer." From that point on, he sat up, paid attention, did all of his homework, passed the class, and graduated. And he barely passed because he'd been slow on the go at first, but he passed. And that says everything for me. If I'm doing and working and striving to be God's servant, then I'll be successful. And the day I forget that, and honestly, some days you don't focus on that like you should, but if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, it's a blessing that can't be beat. So, whatever career you're in, just go at it with all your heart and soul and know that you're there for a purpose. Trust God all on the way.